Hi, everyone. My name is Nicolle D. I'm a volunteer with I Am My Sister's Keeper, and this is another episode of Moments with I Am My Sister's Keeper. If you tuned in last time, we had a wonderful interview with Lisa Savage, who was one of the speakers for our tea party. And today we have another speaker with us, Nicole Surratte. She's the owner of NspireD LLC, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself and why she's participating in the tea party this year. So thank you so much for joining me, Nicole.
I appreciate the invite.
Absolutely. Can you tell everybody just a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Again, my name is Nicolle D. Surratte. I am the Chief Inspiration Officer of NspireD, and I am the founder of A Health Coach for Me. So I help women with their health and wellness. I'm supporting the whole woman. I'm a holistic health coach. And, I focus on reducing stress, increasing self-care, and embracing lifestyle changes. My why is that I'm a breast cancer thriver, and I don't want a diagnosis of any type, whether it's breast cancer, whether it's high blood pressure, heart disease. A chronic health condition should not be the wake-up call that forces women to pay more attention to their health and wellness practices. So I inspire change one step at a time.
I love that, especially because right now with the I Am My Sister's Keeper, there's a big focus on health and wellness and getting the girls out there moving, being in nature, just being active, which I'm trying to be on myself as well. It's not always an easy journey, but it's nice that there's organizations and people like you that, encourage that.
Yes, thank you. Very much needed in this day and age.
Oh, why do you think that because I know that you, you work do you work specifically mostly with women and girls in your practice?
I work specifically with women, but I am a former educator. And so as it relates to health and wellness, I am very, very clear that we can't wait until our young ladies become young adults before we start having these conversations about stress management, about self-care, and about health in general. When you hear the word health, so many people limit it to just the physical, but health is much more than that. It's the physical, the mental, the emotional, spiritual, financial, occupational, relational. It's all of that. And if one of those areas is out of sync, there's a possibility that the rest can just knock down like dominoes. So that's why I'm really excited about the I Am My Sister's Keeper's theme this year of mind, body, and spirit, because Miss Charlotte gets it. And your board and your volunteers, you get it. It's all interconnected. And my thought is if we start to plant the seeds, number one, at a young age, then it can just be habitual for the young ladies, as opposed to waiting until they're 25 or 30, and now they've got to make great changes. The other thing is, not only are the seeds being planted, I see that modeling is happening. Mm-hmm. So Miss Charlotte and I have been friends for a number of years. I don't quite remember how our paths crossed, but we've been extra good friends over the last few years because our cars were friends. We would park next to each other at Glasgow Park. And so I knew who she was. And then finally, she recognized that I was connected to that car. So, if my car parks and I don't see her, I'll send her a text message and say, hey, my car missed your car today. But, I know that she is walking the walk. Literally and figuratively. So she's out there, she's walking. I actually met another one of your board members she introduced me to last week, who was joining her on the walk. So, young ladies and our young people in general, they're listening to what we're saying, but they're even more so than that. They are watching what we are doing. And I see her doing that. And I see, the health journey that she's been on the last few years and the progress that she's made. So I just think it's a great connection. Again, not only just sowing the seeds, but modeling it for the young ladies.
Yes. And she does an excellent job of that. Like, she really walks in her truth and walks in the message that she's giving. Like, don't just get healthy, but watch me do it as well.
Right.
And I think, you know, what you mentioned about setting it up for girls at a younger age is so very important, because I know for me right now, I have been really working on changing my mindset with a lot of things, right? You know, a lot of times you mentioned they talk about health and stuff in the terms of the physical, but even then it's almost like a punishment when you're younger. Like, you have to work out, you have to eat healthy. And I think that if from a younger age, it's this just part of life and it's this thing you enjoy, and exercise isn't this thing you have to do. When you think about the fact, like, oh wait, I do like movement. Like, I love riding my bike, I love being out. Like, I actually enjoy these things. It doesn't have to be this, oh, let me tick off my 30 minutes a day. It can be like, let me find something that gives me pleasure for 30 minutes a day that also involves me moving. I think that that is huge. And I love that that's part of what Miss Charlotte and everyone at the organization is trying to implant in the girls at a younger age. Because I definitely wish that that had been implanted in me, that it's not always a punishment, it's actually a reward. Moving your body is a reward for your body. Eating healthy is a reward for your body.
Absolutely. You've said some key things. One, you mentioned movement. We're actually moving away from the word exercise and using the word movement, because when you say exercise, people think, oh, now I got to join a gym. Now I got to buy these expensive sneakers and equipment and blah, blah, blah. No. It's about moving your body. And it's really important, as you alluded to, you have to do the things that bring you joy, and that will increase the likelihood that you'll continue. So, I mean, you have lots of things from which to choose, from Zumba to swimming to riding your bike. And you know what? I'll even tell you a secret. You can take the stairs instead of the elevator. All of that counts. Vacuuming, gardening, all of that counts as movement. That's very important. And then the other thing that you said is about mindset. And my background, again, as an educator, I spent most of my time teaching elementary students. Words are just so important. So when I talk about mindset, I flip it. It's really about where you set your mind. And it's about the words that we use. So when I talk to my audiences, when I interact with my clients, you know, I don't want them to say, I can't have chocolate. Because at that point, the chocolate has control. And as a former elementary school teacher, we didn't tell the children, don't run, because what they heard was run. We would say you can use your walking feet, you can skip, you can wiggle, but we never said don't run. So if you say to yourself, you know, I can't have chocolate, what you hear is have chocolate. So I have my clients, I have my audiences think about it differently. I choose not to have chocolate. So I'm in charge. I'm choosing to make this decision not to have a piece of chocolate. And if I choose to have a piece of chocolate, then I choose to have a piece of chocolate, and not to think about it as a reward or a punishment type thing, because, you know, if you feel like you're restricted from something, then you want it more. So it's like, you know, okay, I'll have maybe a half a piece of chocolate today. Those type of things. I think it's really important, you know, how we are wording things, and, you know, how we take what we know, because our bodies are very intelligent. Our bodies are telling us things like, you know what? You need to go somewhere and sit down. You need to rest. And we are just so busy that we are not listening to our bodies, and we are ignoring the signs and the signals until one day the body says, you know what? I'm going to force you to listen. I'm just going to shut it all down. So with the decisions that we're making, we're moving either closer to illness or closer to wellness. And if we can have these dialogues with children at a younger age, my hope is that they will choose wellness as opposed to illness. You know, with the little choice, you don't have to make dramatic changes. Just little changes over time can make a big difference.
They absolutely can. And I think also that's part of why I love the Confidence Club with I Am My Sister's Keeper, because I think that a lot of that also comes from loving yourself, right? Like, if you love yourself, you want to treat yourself well. I know sometimes, like, if I have moments where I'm like, oh, I want this thing, It's kind of bad, but I want it now. But I'm like, but I know it'll make me feel bad, and I don't want to feel bad. So I think like when you get to the point where you can really make, like you said, it's not like punishment or rewards. It's just listening to your body. Your body does tell you what it needs. It tells you when it needs to move. It tells you when it needs to eat healthy things. It's just a matter of listening to it, and listening to it, I think, from a place of loving yourself and loving your body. And that's why the whole mind, body, soul is just perfect, because they all play into each other and really go hand in hand, because especially when you feel well in one area, you want to feel well in the other areas as well.
Absolutely. And, in terms of the confidence club, I heard it said, and it just resonated with me. Comparison kills confidence.
Mhm.
So in 2022, our young ladies are seeing all of these images on in magazines, on television, on the screen, and they're looking at that as the ideal, or as a definition of what beauty is. And they don't necessarily realize stuff has been photoshopped and airbrushed and all that kind of stuff. And that's not where we get our definition of who we are. So we need to make sure that we are communicating accurate messages, and we don't want to compare ourselves to, people in Hollywood necessarily. And, it's not about being a size 0 or anything like that, because you can be different sizes and still be healthy. You can be a size 0 and be extremely sick.
Mhm.
So we've got to think about that. And we have to realize the messages that we are getting from not only social media, but television media and all of that. But, what we're passing down actually from generations to generations is important as well. So I Am My Sister's Keeper is an opportunity to kind of change that, to reframe, what the picture of beauty is, what the picture of talent it is, and gifted, and just to let the girls know, bring what you bring to the table. Don't try to be a first class somebody else, because you can't.
Yep.
You are unique. You bring something to the table that nobody else can bring. Do it your way. And let's be okay with that and be comfortable with that.
Yes, absolutely. I love that message. And is that what you'll be speaking about at the tea party? Can you give us like a little preview into what your topic will be?
No. I definitely want the young ladies to see the connection between mind, body, and spirit. So what you do with your body is going to stem from what your thoughts are. If you think I'm unimportant, nobody cares, what I say, what I do doesn't make a difference. Your words and your thoughts lead into your behaviors, and it is connected to your destiny. So I want to help them connect the dots so that they walk away thinking, oh, okay, the next time I have a decision to make, am I thinking long term? Am I thinking bigger picture than as opposed to immediate gratification? So
I love that. Yes, I can't wait to hear, and I'm sure the ladies will take a lot away from what you have to share. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. It's great to just meet you and also to share with everybody what you do. The tea party, for those watching, will be October 1st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Hercules building in Wilmington. And Nicole will be one of our wonderful speakers. So we hope that you will attend. I'll include the links below, but we hope you'll attend and get to know more about her and the organization.
thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nicole.
Take
And
care.
you all have a great day.